Contact with 4 about to burst out of the smoke. Alpha closes out that door, but he's being revealed, he's being blinded. Still decent damage. Poster tries to follow up and actually gets out for free. 2 kills and they reset completely. Bankai has to find value on this flank, but the players, they're not obliging. They're going back. They fake the steps all the way. Actually, it seems they have an idea he could be close, and they're being very vigilant about checking it.
I thought for a split second they were just going to run straight past. I was like, no, please. After doing so well in this early engagement, already the rotation has come through, though. And this might be an expectation of a much cleaner sight. Even still, though, the initial awareness dissipates. Bankai runs out of bullets. And while Durka was still here all along, leaving Forsaken to try and clutch this one. Oh! He's right in front of him! But even that has bought enough time.
Have been just right, but I'm sure he's surprised to still be caught off on that fight on short. Good connection by Forsaken. That's the Vandal gone, and now Enzo, who was supposed to be the bait for the player up close, is having to retreat to the site. That was dodging bullet. It wasn't close, it was on. He's 5 HP now.
Oh, that's the B site completely fallen. You've got a lurk in mid as well.
Oh, that nade close. Jing clearing every angle on the way through, but he'll still lose his life. Fantastic connection. And they probably do want to stop him from saving this weapon, but at this point, you've already lost 2. They cannot afford
well, they know where he is.
to lose another weapon. Yeah, but see, like, there's so many angles because of this smoke.
That's instead, though. You're going to have the showstopper from Jing. It does a lot of damage, but actually Enzo lands the shot, taking one at least. And still a couple of players are around this angle. The wall's been used to almost give them an avenue back in on the retake. But with the lurk finding Mystic, they might just rotate here.
Yeah, that got Durka pulling back out of mid as well. Forsaken fills in that information, fills in the gap. And on short, that battle going down, it has Durka fully distracted. That calls for reinforcements, and so Forsaken strikes. Beautiful execution by PaperX. This early round really didn't go their way, but they have recovered so nicely on that. And
so I definitely have a gun. And you know what? I like Duck having a gun as well.
Yeah, they might expect it in this round. It could be a next level play out of Durka, but he's not in the right position to find them. They've gone in towards the A site, and well, Durka's now left in mid, op in hand, no shields, and an Odin for Enzo spraying away, finding nothing. Durka won't even get a chance to fire a bullet. They get a move on, and that slow is still there. Even more so now, Durka connecting that kill. It puts a slow field on the floor. He has a trap to cover them pushing through. They're going right back, but this site is still stacked up. Devi's been waiting patiently. Good spam, good damage. 6 seconds, though. They need a plan right now. They're already planting an Alpha. Just let them pass. He baited them in and won the round for the team. Utterly ridiculous.
Alpha at the back of the site, he might have a res. He's even walled himself in. He's like, you know what? If you want to push me, you have to try and get through the tiniest corner in existence. This is such a ridiculous way to try and sit. And of course, Forsaken just walks in.
So that Prowler was breaking the wall. The wall broke. Forsaken went around the other side. I don't know if there was a gap that wasn't checked or the wall breaking drew the attention, but either way, Boaster here on 4 HP. 27 for Mystic. It's fair to say Dirk is going to have to do the heavy lifting on this one. He's at least found the first. That's Forsaken down. Suppression. Not going to have any post-plant stars or anything like that to worry about. Fnatic getting their way into the site. Bankai around the nade, but he's only able for the one. And a quick follow-up by Dirk, though. At least that's what it seems like, Mind Freak. He might just have threaded the needle, I think he did! But Durka saves the day anyways, catching that frag, spike down on B. And Bankai, not that pressured for time, and with Enzo gone, he might even get a plant out of this! The poster's up. 2 players already going to be stunned up on site. Not able to hear a damn thing. Deafened as the showstopper comes in. It's not finding the kill, it's not finding anything, but Jing made online for the back. That should be a nice, easy kill. So the plant comes through. PaperX 4v2. Operator on Turk for the retake. Certainly not ideal, but he's winning it towards middle. And Tom, I see Devi sitting around there.
It seems like they do expect the lurk in every spot, but Devi just ready. Leaving Mystic alone, and while financially not in the greatest of spots, probably just going to try and escape out of there. Flash is good, and he's managed to steal the operator. Devi's blinded himself. I don't think he expected that to be the way that doubt anything Forsaken does anymore.
Yeah, he does what he wants. Mystic picking up that frag. Oh, a nice spray reset, but leaves Mind Freak with a sliver of health. That's enough. Boaster stuck in the back of the site. Doesn't have the paranoia online anyways, so he doesn't mind about being powerless. What a timing from Mindfreak. Right up behind them in heaven. Alpha Year's the last alive. Man has got a res online though. Maybe a chance. Oh! He finds that kill.
And locking him in under. Trying to give him that extra little bit of space. Both still fighting within the smoke, and actually Jing has gone down. Mystic being able to catch him out, smoking off the cross. They can actually start getting on the diffuser. They need to watch out though. Mindfreak is lurking in the backlines. You've seen the res already come through, and while Benkai is the only man standing, he's done a lot of damage onto the players, trying to get that diffusal, even manages to get the connection onto Boaster. They're trying to pressure him, and eventually they will. It will be a 6-6 scoreline, and honestly, mid
sets, they move through mid. You know, we TP'd out of here a moment ago. That flash is good. Devi doesn't realize they've gone past him. They're in the spawn behind, and Devi has no idea. Durka able to take one before going down. That mistake corrected, and then doubled down on beautiful. Leaving Boaster alone. Well, he is just being surrounded, pushed on every side, but it looks like he's gonna hold strong.
Nobody else, but already they've managed to delay. Alphia has caught one though, and Divide just completely blinded by the paranoia. Boast has come out with a tasty couple of assists there. A nice shot back from Forsaken though, the spam even doing further damage, and he just got 2 for 1! It's gonna go down into Jing facing off against Boaster. He can TP to the other side of the map and he'll be able to get an arbed. And I don't think Jing has made the realization. He'll finally work it out, TP to the other side, but he hasn't even managed to get it close to halfway. Boaster almost just playing with his food as the peak comes out. A fantastic
for a moment. So
both sides are open.
They used the smoke to walk past the trap on A, but then have gone back completely. And Fnatic, you know, meanwhile, they're letting them do all this, these little mind games and so on, and they'll just take B.
It's happened a couple of times. Benkai, though, winning that duel versus Enzo is actually a huge deal. Now Durka going to try and reclaim this angle. He's definitely going to peek into this. You can already see the ult was almost utilized by Benkai, worried about this position. And Nightmare is not even going to connect onto him. So Durka's still going to have all his sound. Waiting, nice shot from Alpha here as well. But the shot missed from Durka. Turning it back into that 2v2 scenario. Looking to try and swing into this operator, a second miss. And now Alpha is the last man standing. All he has is his pistol, trying to turn this around. The first goes his way, but Mindfreak will drop him. Alpha as well, up on the wall. This could be a nasty surprise for Benkai. He's being pressured from all angles, and eventually Alpha will take him down. Sight in. Jingo's just gone through, but he hasn't managed to connect again. The showstopper seems meaningless. He just uses it to blast himself into the air. Trying to fight back, and he somehow gets another one. Eventually, he's put in the dirt, but he's done enough. His teammates even it again.
I don't know how Jing's managed to keep them alive in this one, but still that heartbeat is starting to become faint, and Fnatic fade away completely. Paper.
No ultimates available either for Fnatic, so getting in here is not going to be easy, unless, of course, Mystic just pops.
He just jumped into it! He jumped into the knife while he had the oh, no! The showstopper was out, and then he just completely ruined it. Fnatic walkout. Find it easily. Jing dealt with in heaven, and that is a disaster for the ult use. How has he gotten 2?
I don't know, but it seems like they've gone tunnel vision into their position. Somehow Mindfreak has brought this back into a winnable position, knowing roughly where a couple of these players are. Enzo just sat around the generator. One player almost directly below him, making this drop should be instant death, but he's actually got a little bit further. He isolates the first, and there's no trade for Enzo. This 1v4 is on, and it leaves it down just to one man standing, pinged up by the Haunt, looking for the final.
And it will be the Sage taken out, but instead we come back into this with Alpha, 2 kills under his belt already. Aggression attempted and succeeded. Fnatic on their way to the A site, only Forsaken in their way.
What?
He's caught Mystic on the fade back. And keeping control, a foothold of the A site. They've got to cross him. They've got to face him down or smoke him out. And that's what they're going to do, the latter. But he's not done. Forsaken. Well, he's thinking about going through it with 11 HP, and Alpha Year punishes.
Oh, I just had to, almost had to breathe out there, a sigh of relief. I thought he was going to get away with murder once again. Now it's Benkai's turn. One less than last time, but you can see homed in on the angle. Alphia watching, waiting for someone to try and make that move. The Prowler gives away Durka's position, but clearing out these players underneath. Well, it shouldn't be easy. It shouldn't be possible. And now they know exactly where he is. He's not getting that opportunity just yet, and a trade this time does come through from Fnatic.
And he can fade out of here almost immediately. They need to be clinical in taking this duel, and they are anything but.
He just didn't leave. I was thinking for a second he might try and rotate off. Jing has been caught though. This might mean a double back, but for now at least they're still fighting. Divai goes looking. They've even got the res, and while Forsaken's gone as well. Turning this into a 5 versus 2. Both players very far apart. And with the pincer coming through that market, I don't know what Benkai can do from here.
He should be done.
30 seconds left.
Don't worry about the stairs on their way through. They're about to smoke him off, and well, does he want to go through it? No. He's going to try and keep them inside of main, misses it, and well, goes out to his death. That was an expected outcome, really. Mindfreak left alone. A 1v5 Tom round on B, but Benkai, Frenzy in hand! No way it's the Frenzy to do it! The spike remains in Fnatic's hands, but they've only got 10 seconds to get it planted. They're closing in on the site. That smoke actually allows Divai to stay alive. They've got it planted. They'll get it done just about. A 2 versus 2 emerges.
Oh, chance, Foster. He's going to get dinked up. Both players tagged. And now it's left on to Enzo. A quieter game from him thus far. Needs to try and isolate one of these duels. And he goes looking. Forsaken facing the other way. He's heard that window broken. And now looks to try and wrap around behind them, knowing that both players are coming through this door, waiting for that initial fight, and he finds it. Mindfreak once again left into the clutch. Even going to tap onto that spike. In fact, he's looking to try and stick it at least halfway. The Haunt has given him away, and it's a rematch from before. And once again, Mindfreak is going to win it. Paper X, they have taken. Going back in the other direction, I feel like Divai might be about to spot it. In fact, he's just dropped it on the floor. The aggression then comes out of Jing. Taking down a weakened Durka. This is already looking troublesome for the side of Fnatic, trying to find a way back into this round. What has happened with this crosshair?
Something else from Divai.
He must just play like a weird res. I don't believe it's actually that size. Okay, Boaster. I feel like this happens in a lot of pistol rounds where everybody's dead and then Boaster's like, no worry guys, I'll get 2 kills and then lose.
You heard the extra TP as well. 10 seconds left. Just about timing that to get out. I think he'll get a plant quite open. Well, not at all. In fact, he didn't have the time by the time he made catching them off guard that they'd retaken back and been so close. But all right, Jing flashed up, picks up another weapon and takes the kill. Of course he does. Now he's blast packing out on mid. Who's surprised? Nade down in bathroom and still hunting them. His teammates fighting his behind on mid, trying to get them a little bit of space. Meanwhile, he's carved out bathroom control, but Boaster fielding that duel, it might be enough. Divai's left alone and having to get the defuse against 2 very different angles and a bit of utility to annoy him. This round's done for Divai. The question is, can he even get out at this point without taking the teleporter? He's going to have to run fast.
He should
just
be
about,
okay.
yeah.
Just about, but that's important. Actually, straight away, Showstopper actually utilized. He somehow gets way further than he should do without being shut down. And the trade's coming back and forth. Spike on the ground and isolated behind the smoke, but they do have a man advantage.
Wow, Boaster. He had even been checked as well. But another kill that goes his way. He's low, but 3 players peeking.
Back. And more importantly, Enzo, he's still holding on here. But how's he doing this match with a stinger? It's 3rd kill of the round.
And they know these players have ran right down to the site, right? They were seeing those trails for a moment, saw them swing right. With that plant going down, Fnatic have players right behind them. And oh, Jing! That was ambitious. He has been traded, and Mindfreak doubles up. 1 HP on Divai, 60.
Might be aware of the potential, but instead, he's just bypassed all of them. You're going to see the Rolling Thunder, and Badachi has pushed them away. Enzo now gets the kill, and Divai is still just hunting for him. He's been in this position the whole time, and he's caught instead. What is this round? Fnatic have come out on top, and Forsaken is trying to make his way through, TPing all the way back after making a sound, trying to reposition away from...
Seen anyone? He hasn't seen any. Oh, okay, there's one at least spotted. He's going to complete the TP, catching Enzo and spike! Boaster through the ultimate, through a smoke, and this round is falling to pieces. Fnatic not able to do anything with Mystic as a 1v4 contested. Spike in front of him. Hey, something, but not too much hope in this one.
Tries to take the fight rather than facing off against the Haunt. He's like, yeah, guys, you know, maybe you want to fall back here. Maybe you want to try and go back in the other direction. Althea, though, with the swing, and now Jing's in quite a bit of trouble.
He got stuck. There's no way out for Jing. Completely trapped underneath the site. He survived though, at least for a while. I don't know if he's bought enough time though. They're clearing every angle, seeing nothing. Plant coming through. The timing for Forsaken, it's absolutely perfect. He's in there and catching the both of them. His teleport gate crash was down on the bottom right of the map, as far away as it could physically be yet. But it feels just moments away. They need to get this plant through, and it doesn't look like they want to use it.
No, but maybe they should have done. They've been hit by Nightfall. They've been dropped by Jing. TP for Alpha here, and Forsaken's just waiting. They are falling for every single trap that's put into place by the side of Paper X. No spot on this map is safe, and Enzo's trying to lurk behind. Dirka's actually going to stick this plant. It leaves him completely alone. In fact, he doesn't even get it down. The last man standing, trying to rotate through, and guess what? Forsaken is there again. Down. Dirka will at least try and hold on. Charles, he just TP'd right behind! Enzo has fallen for the trickery once again, and no one is watching for Forsaken. It's left all onto Dirka. Well, he'll take one down, but that is all she wrote. 7 right now. I think I'd have to look to Alpha here, because every single member of this squad is just running straight at him. The TP setup, they're waiting for it, and they've been slaughtered within the first few seconds.
Oh wow, APAC has come to play here. This pistol could be a nail in the coffin for Fnatic. Remember, in that first half, we saw them find these 5 rounds. I believe they won the pistol though, right? They won that 2-0 lead, and then it gets snatched out of their hands. Paper X in a very strong spot if they close this out. Dirka and Boaster. Oh, good read by Boaster, but the shot doesn't land to start, with Mind Freak extending the advantage into a near impossible. He senses tingling, but they don't know exactly where he is. The drop down's perfect. An assassination from Jing. And he'll only find the one though. Dirka at least keeping them alive, and that one keeping the favor theirs. But they have now lost the team, lost the spike, but not lost the advantage. 2 versus 4.
No, and you can see there was an attempt, or at least an idea from Enzo to maybe try and beat them, but at this point, play the numbers. Get yourself into a position where you're not going to lose too many weapons here, and more importantly, you're going to make sure you close this round. The nice shot already, and actually the peek out from Benkai. Maybe he should have kept that rifle all along. They've turned it into a close scenario. I think Althea has spotted Devi, but now it leaves the IGL a chance to clutch this out. I don't think he has any idea where his opponent is coming from still. Take that off the screen.
That's not a nice buy.
On this map, though, it could work. Flash! Oh, they don't expect Jing to be so far forward.
He's going
straight for him, and he's going to get taken out, but it's a fine trade. Lunatic. I have to say it once again, absolute lunatic, but he has so much success playing at the highest level, almost like it's a...
He's come back now and been spotted anyway, so... Paper X not giving anything away.
Maybe a little bit optimistic there for Boaster. You've also got the shorty on spot, but no fear.
From that Rolling Thunder, as I mentioned earlier, try and maybe fight straight into the site, and a couple of seconds that wall's going to go down. I think they're just waiting for it.
30 seconds left.
The question is, where do you place this? In fact, they don't place it at all. Straight into the site, but caught up. Lowered on HP, and Fnatic are holding strong. A couple of players remain. Benkai has been able to find one back. At least making this a little bit more competitive, but solid positioning for a bit. Ultimately, it's ult spam that's found very, very little to counter out as Benkai dies, but he does manage to get the spike down. Forsaken's aggressive position has now been spotted, so he has to try and get out of there, and Althea is just watching that TP, not allowing for any more shenanigans.
It's got to be the most ambitious TP we've seen attempted. On the way through here, Devi got his own little shield in the form of the Cosmic Divide, but there's a player inside it with him. And I don't think you're quite going to be able to do anything about that, Mind Freak. Even as that wall fades, way too many players here. It's halved already, and it'll be finished off by Dirka with his 4th kill of the round. Assault's like it's going to be conceded. Post-plant for Paper X, and they are deadly in this.
Seekers at least is going to give the information away. One of them does bypass Jing, but he should have a decent idea. In fact, he swings! Just swings straight out. Him and Mind Freak quickly find a couple of kills. Enzo with solid trades, though, leaves one man. It's Benkai trying to fight back versus 2. He still has an aftershock, but whether it will have too much value from this position, I'm not so sure. Needs to try and re-aggress a little bit just to try and deny them that extra space. There goes the aftershock to buy a little bit of extra time. Not many bullets left in the clip. He's got to try and go for one of these fights. Reload goes through, but Enzo, a solid value.
It's covering long. It's catching one player. In she goes. Jing catching the frag, but has enough space being bought. These players are still stuck in their corners, still hiding away, and Paperex need to root them out. The spike is being planted, and Fnatic can't do anything about it. They're a little bit too far back. The molly completely locked them out, and a post-plant setup now, one away from orbital strike on Mindfreak.
Kill here from him. Put this one to bed. A quick push though. Devire's dropped. A showstopper available, but a target yet to be found. Maybe trying to force them back, but no, Forsaken lands the instant headshot. And now Enzo is needed once again. Not knowing where that second player is going to be, just trying to sticking it all the way to half. He's managed to get it that far at least, but still needs to win these duels. And the time is ticking down. They're playing it perfectly. Forsaken, they look to go past.
Orbital strike online, but Mindfreak can't necessarily get out of here. That's the trouble. The post plant not going to be as strong as it could be, but Fnatic don't know that. Already tapping orbital strike, coming through. Great stun. Durka in trouble. He's lit down to just 1 HP. Mindfreak grabs a frag, and I don't know if he expects him to be close, but it doesn't matter.